Hey, Sooner football fans. This is your Sooner football fans podcast. You got Terry, Rob, and Caleb here. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.
Boomer Caleb.
Boomer.
Coming at you from the beautiful Podcast Palace in Norman, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Kicking back with a studio audience.
No cheers, though.
No, I didn't hear any clapping.
There's got to be some.
Jeez.
Right, there we go. All right.
And as always, whatever you're listening to us on, click that follow, subscribe, stalk, like.
Even if you don't like us.
Even if you don't like us, just do it. It helps us out. So,
Both of you.
Both of you, yeah. So, Oklahoma comes off of a massive win this weekend, 59-56 over West Virginia. Before we get into too much of it, Caleb gets to go first.
Okay.
Because Caleb, do you know what the 5 stages of death are?
Death or like, I was in denial for a little bit, and I said we're done for a while.
Do you know what the 5 stages?
No, I don't know.
Okay. The 5 stages of death are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Do you realize you went through those in the third quarter?
Yeah.
Wait, did you say death?
Yes.
The 5 stages of death.
Or dying, yes. When you find
dying.
I thought grieving.
Okay.
out. Or
dying.
grieving. Oh, my gosh.
Because there's either alive or dead. I'm pretty sure there's not any stages.
When you find out you're dying.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad. Yeah.
When you it is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Caleb went through 4 of those, I know, Saturday
Within
night.
seconds.
Within
It
seconds.
was hilarious. I'm not hating on him, though, because I
I
was feeling most of them, too.
I was just more vocal about mine.
Right.
I saw Rob was giving me looks too, and he felt my pain too.
I had no confidence that we were going to win that game.
Yeah, it was. You just had to see Caleb go from excited at the end of the second quarter to complete and utter belligerent anger for 15 minutes.
I was worried about him there for a minute.
I know.
No, I said I accepted it for a little bit, and then we scored again. I was like, all right, we're good.
Kept
But until we
screaming.
scored.
3 points in the third quarter. Only 3 points.
That's when we lose games. When we won't score much. That's the games we lose.
Yep. I was telling, I might have been you, Terry, I can't remember, that he reminds me of the show Major League, the fan that was out in the outfield. It's like, oh, they stink. Oh, they stink. And
then when they would do well.
It's SBR.
It's pretty hilarious.
But really, we can't complain because what happened is, what happened is exactly what we claimed would happen. At least I did. It was going to be a high-scoring game.
Yep.
Our defense was going to be terrible, and we were going to come out and win. The only thing nobody in the world expected was 2 defensive touchdowns.
Oh.
Did you? If I'd have told you we're going to score 2 defensive touchdowns Friday night,
Absolutely not.
Caleb?
No.
No.
In fact, I was so
Never can get a
bipolar
turnover.
on this game. Earlier in the week, I thought, yeah, we're going to win it. It's going to be high scoring, just kind of like you did. And then as the week went on, I thought, okay, West Virginia is a little better than I'm giving them credit for. So I think, at their house in the night, in the cold, I thought, oh, they're going to beat us. So before the game, I was picking them to beat us, actually.
Yeah, you come into the house going, yeah, I don't think we're going to win. Caleb, you did the same thing, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought I still wasn't. I was going back and forth. I think when the game started, I was like, all right, I think we might win, but I think last second I thought we're going to lose probably. I just didn't feel good about the game at all.
I never lost faith.
Attaboy.
I believed we were going to win.
Terry's
But
a real fan.
Also, spin zone it. When I think we're going to lose, we normally win. So there you go.
Yeah, we'll have to get into our discussion about what you think is going to happen next week.
Well, let's talk about
how about you don't guarantee
we all
you'll
had
win
to
this
stand because we scored while we were all standing. So, oh, my God, we all got to stand.
And then we had to
boy.
Caleb literally had to grab Rob by the arm and stand him up at one point in time.
Like I said, as long as Dad doesn't guarantee you win over Texas this week, might be okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what you did last time.
But, no, I mean, like I said, the defense, not calling anybody out, but we can mention names, but the secondary was terrible.
Yeah.
For most of the game, they're Jekyll and Hyde as well.
Oh yeah,
some plays they had those guys covered up. Some plays,
well, I mean those 2 big touchdowns on Buki, he was standing flat-footed on both of them. Like he wasn't even expecting the guy to come out and run a route.
Just got torched.
Torched.
Yeah.
What was Will Greer's number? I think he's like one of the only quarterbacks that had like 5 touchdowns and lose or something like that. Like I know he had a lot.
So I mean, yes, Buki had a bad game, but I thought the corners covered decently. I mean,
West Virginia has a lot of offense, a lot of weapons. They have an NFL type quarterback. So I mean,
we only gave up 539 passing yards. So
is that all?
That's all.
How many touchdowns do you have?
Let's see, passing touchdowns. 4.
Only 4?
500 pass touchdowns and yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which is probably like what I thought it would be.
At times, the defense was just so frustrating because we had them in 3rd and long several times.
Oh, my gosh.
And when I say long, it was 3rd and 18, and they got 20.
No, they got 40.
And then the next one they got touchdown for 40.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was just, you have no confidence in the only thing you have confidence in is that the Oklahoma's offense is going to score a bunch. I mean, we even sat down, 4 minutes left in the second half. I mean, in the second quarter, we needed to go in a touchdown ahead. We needed a 4-minute drive. What happens?
First play.
Yeah. We get a 20-second drive, which you can't help that. I mean,
I know.
That Lincoln is putting together a 4-minute drive, thinking the same thing we are because he listens to us. We have that hotline to him and say 4 minutes, and they just bust out a 70-yard run or whatever they need to.
Here's what's worrying me, or what has me puzzled. When we blitzed him, we got the tip interception or whatever it was, or the fumble. Every time it seemed like we blitzed him and got to him, it did great things for the defense.
Yes, it did.
And they're just not doing that enough.
Right.
Well, I'm a fan, so I can just say they're not doing enough for me.
Yeah, for us. I mean, but, the first one, the Caleb Kelly fumble for a touchdown, I sent you the deal. I didn't realize it. He
pancaked that guy, didn't he? Did you see that, Caleb?
Yeah, he showed me it the next day, too.
Oh, why they didn't go back and show it over and over on the TV?
I know it was more impressive because he stripped it, and he knew right away that he knocked it out and got up and recovered it.
Yeah.
But just the fact that this guy was like 4 times his size.
Well, so there was a leg behind the guy.
So
when he was driving him backwards, which he did. He drove him backwards, but he drove him into that guy's leg, and then he fell over the leg. But still.
It looked better if you wouldn't say that, Rob.
Oh, my bad.
Come on,
there was
Rob.
no leg back there. Caleb Kelly just manhandles a 350-pound guy.
But, picks it up. A touchdown that we needed, obviously.
Scoop and score, man.
Scoop and score. 2 of them.
When you were in high school, because we didn't play college ball, obviously.
Yeah.
Did your coaches ever tell you to scoop and score?
No.
It was hop on the ball.
You covered that ball.
If I ever tried to pick up a fumble, I was running.
Oh, yeah. And if you did pick up a fumble and run with it and get tackled, you were running.
I was running, yeah.
Even if you would have scored.
They teach them now. Scoop and score.
Yeah,
scoop
pick
and
it
score.
up. Pick it up.
I mean, that just makes sense.
Yeah. Well, especially when, like the Bolton one, it bounced around underneath everybody and it squirted out, and there was nobody but Bolton standing there.
Yeah.
And 3 other Oklahoma guys. Yeah. So, and you watch that play too, and you would think as good a quarterback as Will Greer is, why didn't he just, I'm glad he didn't. He should have just pulled that ball down. I mean, he got spun around and came out to throw it again.
Yeah.
That was dumb on his part. Thank you, Will Greer.
Overconfident, I think, that he was going to pull a Baker Mayfield off, and only Baker can pull off a Baker. So.
Yeah. But here's the deal that I saw. I got to get out all of our handy mobile devices to find everything.
We definitely got to talk about that ESPN deleting that tweet.
Oh yeah, we will. But okay. Here's the Oklahoma touchdowns.
Okay.
Number 1, first one was Murray. Second one was Hollywood. Third one was Sermon. Fourth one was Brooks. Fifth one was Kelly. Sixth one was Brown. Seventh one was Katera. And 8th one was Bolton. Is that nuts? 8 different guys. And 2 of them on defense. 2 defensive touchdowns.
Hey, if we could do that every game, we're going to win.
And then you throw in the all-important field goal that
we
were all upset
somebody
that we
called that.
Yeah, somebody. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, they did.
But, somebody called it. We were upset. It was like, why are you going for 3 points? We got to go for the 7. Got to put the points up. But Caleb was angry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, typically, if we're kicking field goals, that means we're not winning.
Mm-hmm.
You're
So
right.
I understand where Caleb's coming from on that.
But here's the, Kyler Murray was 20 of 27 with 1 interception, and that was just, really wasn't a bad. That was a good play on the defender's part.
Sometimes the defense is just going to make a play.
Yeah, because the
Not
guy
ours,
was
but-
the guy.
Sorry. Yeah.
But let's see. He just jumped up, made a good play, gave us all a small heart attack because we really needed that touchdown.
Oh yeah.
We still could never get that gap because we can't get that gap between us and good teams because of our defense.
Mm-hmm.
But the defense did enough, more than enough, to win this game, help win this game.
Yeah, I think
This
so.
this is the first game I can honestly sit back and say, first big game that I think we can sit back and say the defense did its part to win the game.
Which is sad when they score 56 points.
Yeah, I don't know that you can say that, honestly.
Well, but they did get 2 scoop and scores. I
I
mean,
know, but 56
low.
points.
So
what do
those-
you want them to do? Hold them to 40?
Well, yeah. I want them home to 4. -4. Have you got the stats pulled up?
Yes, sir.
I'd still like to know what we rushed for because I didn't look.
Our rushing yards was 304 yards rushing and 364 yards passing. How much more balance can
Wow.
you get than that?
That's pretty
We've
amazing.
done like the last.
The
month.
last 5 or 6 games, right, Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, it's also those last 5-6 games we allow teams to score over 40 points and win. That's like I don't think it's ever happened.
Kenny Brooks is amazing.
Yeah, and it still upsets me. Something must have happened towards him because at one point in time he was averaging almost 14 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up averaging 8.7. Good
Oh,
God,
We ought to bench
that's
him.
horrible. Put him on the bench, guys. 21 carries for 187 yards, and he's also already now he is the leading yards per carry rusher in the country.
Really?
Yes. Nobody else has more
goodness.
yards per carry. This is the fourth running back in line.
Yeah.
He was number 4 on the depth
No,
chart.
you're not saying total rushing yards. are
Not
you?
total rushing
Okay.
yards. Yards
Yards
per
per
carry.
carry. Right,
He's leading the nation in yards per carry.
Uh-huh.
That's ridiculous.
That is pretty ridiculous.
And he's our number 4 on the
you know
depth
what?
chart
It
running
just
back.
means that he's not getting touched at the line of scrimmage and he's breaking into the secondary before anybody ever touches him.
Do you know why he's not getting touched at the line of scrimmage?
Because our offensive line is freaking amazing.
Yeah,
They weren't holes. They weren't opening up holes. They were opening up valleys.
Big Valley.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. They were just blowing guys to either side of the ball, and
it helps too when they have a 3-man rush too. 3-3-3.
Well, that's their fault.
Well, that's their fault. I know. That's why I wasn't worried. I thought we were going to run all over them because the way their defense is set up. The 3-3-3, especially with our offensive line, we're just going to have huge holes, which we did. So
I thought Holgerson called a pretty good defensive game against us, honestly. I mean, we torched them, but we're going to torch everybody.
yeah. And they had some stops.
Yeah.
Especially, and it's the third quarter stops that are getting me. It's becoming our offense did only score 3 points in the third quarter.
it's been kind of like a trend. Like we stop them on defense in the third quarter, and we can't score in the third quarter.
Do you think that's because of both
It's like we can't.
adjustments, and it takes Lincoln another 15 minutes to adjust?
It's like we can't just like our defense and offense can't be on sync. Haven't been all year. It's weird.
It's the Jekyll and Hyde. The
Yeah.
potion wears off at halftime. we need a new potion in the fourth quarter so that
I think everyone settles down too. Like their defense settles down a little bit, and because they're always still in the game too at halftime, so they just know that they just got to get a couple stops so they can be in it again.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown had 11 catches for 243 yards.
That's amazing. Considering his cousin was there watching,
Yeah, which was awesome, wasn't it?
it was pretty cool.
It's funny, he got cheer from the fans too because they're all Pittsburgh fans.
Yeah.
He wasn't even cheering their team.
That would be that'd be I don't have a famous any relative. What
You
would it be
don't?
like to have a famous relative?
Joe Mixon. right? It's my son. Not really.
That's your California love child.
Not really. He
Not
just
really.
has my last name.
You gave it to him.
Well, not really.
Not really.
No.
There's a lot of Longs. I mean, there's Chris Long. There's Howie Long. I mean,
Yeah, none of them related, of course.
maybe like real distant relatives.
Yeah, and there's
That's
a
because we're the famous ones.
there's a David Long on.
Which is weird because that's
Yeah, you were cussing out David Long
Long.
the other night.
which is my brother's name, but not that David Long.
But there
David
was
Long.
there was another David Long on Michigan's team.
Oh, West Virginia.
No, and Michigan.
Michigan too?
Yes.
I didn't watch the game.
I know. Why didn't you watch the game,
Oh,
Caleb?
don't worry about it.
Just so y'all know, somebody,
I celebrated real hard Friday night.
into Saturday morning at like 11.
I didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock the next day, so I don't know.
So he comes home and we didn't know he had left. And of course, he comes back to the house and Mama fixing to pin him to the wall. Did you drive? No. Well, it was
Smart.
No, I did an Uber.
Yeah. I don't do Uber either. Y'all keep saying Uber, so.
What was it?
I do Lyft.
Lyft. Okay.
I tell you that every time.
Lyft. I'm sorry.
It's a big difference.
There's huge difference.
It's like McDonald's and Burger King. Not the same thing.
it's like McDonald's and Burger King, Uber and Lyft. Okay.
Oh boy.
But he went over to a friend's house and partook all night long, came home, and continued to celebrate with mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Drink a whole bottle of champagne. That was nice.
Yeah. After all that he drank that night, and then went to bed about 1 o'clock. I don't know, about 8 o'clock last night I woke you up.
6.
And just to make sure he was still breathing. And then when he finally got up, he was like, "This is the worst hangover I ever had in my life." You think? You've been drinking for 24 hours?
It was worth it.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, it's fun.
So what made you continue to...
The alcohol was there. I was like, I'm not going to say no. We just kept drinking. Just playing drinking games. That's pretty much it. It's not that hard.
It's not that...
It's just there.
Yeah, okay. Well, you celebrated enough for all of Sooner Nation is what you're saying.
I hope so.
hope
I was
so.
like, I probably partied harder than anyone else did. I'll say that much. I'd be surprised if someone partied more than me that night. Now, Saturday night, I didn't do anything at all.
Because his liver was pickled. But we also had the Texas fans come over that night.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a little pre-game bashing for a little bit.
You think they're confident that they're going to
No.
beat us again, or do you think they think
I think their fans are.
that
Their
they're going
fans
to
are
get a
confident, yeah.
whipping?
I think their fans are. I think it's like Gary Patterson said, nobody wants to play Oklahoma twice.
I wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, okay, Texas came out ahead by 3 points. Why would you want to have to face Oklahoma again?
Especially all the crap talking they've been doing, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And, I'm not confident that our defense is going to show up next week. It'll
Well-
probably be the same type of game.
If they play any defense, it'll be better than what they've been playing.
Yeah.
So
Well, what they need to do is go and watch the Kansas tape, the Texas-Kansas tape, because they
Yeah.
bracketed, what's that one receiver, that big guy?
Humphreys. Little Jordan Humphreys.
Yeah,
like
little
that.
Jordan Humphreys, whatever his name is. They bracketed him, and they hardly got the ball to him. I mean, do something.
something. We've been calling for that for like ever now.
Yeah, so, but we're not going to hate on the defense because the defense did their part. They did enough to help us win this time, right?
I think so.
Yeah. They've done more than
I
they've
mean-
done all year long.
Without the two scooping scores, we lose that ball game.
Do we?
Yeah,
We don't
that's
go
14
ahead.
points.
Yeah, but would we have not scored those 14 points on offense?
I mean, we might have, but they probably would have scored 14 points, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think if we don't get them, we lose. 'Cause,
Yeah.
that's 14 points we took away from them,
Yep.
and 14 points that we got. So,
Simple math, right, Terry?
I'm just saying we weren't stopping them.
No, we weren't.
So without the scoop and score, that's 7, and obviously another 7. So.
I wonder how if everybody else was as loud as us when every play,
I would imagine
Every-
that people were loud. But I think that's the loudest we've ever been over here.
yeah, for just a, well, yeah, I think you're right. What do you think, Caleb?
Ohio State were pretty loud.
Yeah,
Ohio State was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it's sad though. It's like this is the only time I could ever cheer a first down incompletion. Like that's what we do. We cheer a first down completion like it's a fourth down stop.
but Kyler Murray, case for the Heisman.
Mm-hmm.
He had 364 yards passing, 114 rushing yards, and 4 touchdowns.
That's not a bad little resume.
No. So, 2 things. We got to beat Texas. Okay. But does the Heisman come down to Saturday? Who has the better game Saturday?
I think right now it's still 50-50.
Yeah.
I think people are going to sit back and wait and see.
I know, like, well, national media is not on the Kyle Murray side now, which is crazy to see, 'cause especially with Bama. But I think they realize how much he has to do for us to win, and how much Tua doesn't have to do for them to win.
Yeah, I think they want to give it to Tua.
It's just
I don't think they want back-to-back Heisman winners from Oklahoma.
Plus, no Alabama quarterback's ever won it before.
Yeah, I think they really want to give it to
Well, they
Tua.
give it to him next year.
Well, yeah, they could. Well, I mean, he needs to earn it. If he's better than Kyler, then fine. I'm okay with that.
But he's not better than
But
Kyler.
he's not.
No.
So they need to give it to the best player in the country, which is what the award is.
Right.
I think it'd be one Saturday because he plays against Georgia and we play against Texas. I think
You're right.
so. I think whoever plays better probably will win it Saturday probably
If Tua goes 20 for 25 and passes for 350,
on Georgia. That's pretty impressive.
then he's going to win it. If Kyler, does what he did,
Goes
this game,
20 for 25 and goes for 400 and rushes for 150.
So if they both do that, Tua is still going to get it
Yeah.
because Georgia has a defense,
Mm-hmm.
or according to the ESECPN.
Yeah. Yeah, but Texas has Hager.
Brooklyn Hager. What's her name? Is that her name? Brooklyn.
It's Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Hager.
Is that her name? Brooklyn? It is, isn't it, Caleb?
What is that? I don't know. That's
The
a good question.
Linebacker from Texas.
Yeah,
yeah.
defensive end.
I don't know. I think that guy's funny. The only person I really hate on the team is that quarterback.
Eleanor?
Hager's
Yeah,
Hager's
we know.
is funny.
Ellen Her.
Ellen Her.
that
We
guy.
say Ellen Her because
The G is silent.
the G is
It's going to
silent.
torch us again. It's going to make me more angry.
If the G was silent, your name would be Terry Long.
If the G was silent in
you know,
your name,
FYI.
it'd be Robert Mixon.
All right.
So, I know it's all premature because we still have to win a game. Okay, we still got to win one more
Right.
game to get in. But all the talk about Ohio State should be in. They beat the number 4 team in the country. They thumped them and la da 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 da. All of a sudden now Ohio State's the greatest team
Right.
in college football when they barely got past Maryland.
Best win, worst loss.
Right.
Without a doubt, best win, worst loss.
That Purdue.
But
Purdue
you know what?
loss is terrible.
I don't think Michigan's that good now. We've been saying that for
Well,
weeks.
yeah, I
They're
mean-
not that good.
Look at who they play. I mean, they're fixing to play Northwestern, who lost to Akron.
Right.
Aren't they the Zagnuts?
Something like
Akron-
that. Zagger.
Zagnuts or something like that?
Zagnans,
Google
yep.
it, Rob.
Oh, hell. I'm not doing that. Yeah, Zips.
Zips.
Akron Zips.
Akron Zips.
That's it. I got it. No need to go.
And they also got beat by-
right up here.
They also got beat by Duke.
Yeah.
Not in basketball. Okay.
Well, Duke beat Army too, so that's
Yeah.
one of Army's 2 losses. And they beat Army better than we did too, sadly.
Whoopty.
But, so their resume is going to include if they beat Northwestern, which I'm not guaranteed. I don't
that's
think
not a
that will
guarantee.
happen.
I mean, their defense is just as bad as our defense too. Everyone's trying to make that argument. Oh, you had plays no defense. They play no defense either.
Actually,
they get what? So 40 points. To
Yeah, they still
Michigan?
gave up 40.
Statistically,
And Michigan can't score.
They're as bad as we are or worse.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And we're better than them. They're number 2 in offense, but we're number 1. So I mean, it's just we're better than them at that.
hey, it's not a gimme, I don't think, the Alabama-Georgia game. Georgia's good.
If Georgia beats
Georgia's
Bama,
good.
then
Everybody's screwed.
Yeah, then it's gonna be Bama and Georgia, and we won't get in.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this year they might decide not to do that because, if Georgia beats Alabama, I think that we're seeing that the whole of the SEC is overrated because A&M stinks and they took LSU apart. Well, seven overtime.
I think it would depend if Georgia beats them, 45-20 or 35-10.
Then Alabama's out.
Alabama's out.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They've been the best team all year. And they lose one game. I think they'll get in. They weren't the best team all year last year. They lost their last game and got in.
I know.
So, I mean.
And still won the national title.
Yeah. So, I mean, they still won last year. So, I mean, if they lose, there's no way they're not going to make it.
But a fella sent me this on Twitter. He messaged it, and then I had him put it out on Twitter too. The number one team in the country has played one top 15 offense. The number two team in the country has played 0 top 10 offenses. Number 3, see number 1 and number 2. They haven't played any. Mm-hmm. Number 4 team today played their first top 10 offense and got their asses whooped. Mm-hmm. Number 5 has played 0 top 15 offenses. Number 6 has gone 4-0 versus the top 4 versus top 4 of the top 14 offenses they've faced, and are ridiculed for having a terrible defense.
Right.
How good is Georgia's offense? I know Bama's in top 10, so there'll be 2 top 10 offenses going. I think Georgia might be up there.
But his point being is that none of those teams ahead of us have played one. Well, Alabama played one top 15 ranked offense. Nobody else has. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma has played 4. Now, people will go, well, that's the Big 12. Nobody plays defense. Maybe it's because the offenses are so good.
Well, yeah.
It's also like Michigan hasn't played no one. And so I wasn't that confident Michigan's going to win because one thing they do struggle with is like spread offenses. They don't play against any of those in the Big Ten until they play against Ohio State, and they picked them apart. Yeah,
and it really the end of the fourth quarter of that game, Michigan gave up. Yeah. I mean, you can talk about the 62 points all you want. That was just they lost heart, and I mean there was a couple of picks and just bad Michigan play from that point on.
Well, it kind of narrows down to this: when they seen the Oklahoma-West Virginia game, they were like, "Oh, that's terrible defense." And then we got 74-72 in the SEC, and that's the greatest game in the world.
They all said that. I mean, they didn't say it was terrible defense in the Ohio State Michigan game. They weren't saying terrible defense there neither.
No, Kirk Herbstreit actually called Ohio State's defense dominant.
Well, he did graduate from there.
Yeah.
Little homer.
But he also has ranked ahead of them in his personal power rankings.
Yeah, he does. He does at that. But
he should be.
Yeah. I mean.
I can't really see the argument. Like, their argument is like they have a really good quarterback. We have a better quarterback. We have a better running game. Our defenses are about the same. We have better receivers. We probably have better special teams because we have one of the best special teams this year.
And I loved what Gary Patterson said. I can't find it on right now, but it was he said after it was again asking him about he had to play Oklahoma twice last year, so in his press conference they were asking him what's it like, and then he defended Oklahoma with saying people keep saying you have to be a complete team. No, you have to be better at one side of the ball than whoever you're playing against.
Yeah.
And we got the best.
You don't have to be better than on both sides of the ball, and then just better on one of them.
We're the best
11-1.
Yeah,
11-1, and we lose with the one game by 3, which is a
to our
rivalry game.
You're right.
So
I mean, we have the best unit in the country. Our offense is the best unit in the country. It's not even close. I mean, Michigan had the biggest argument with their defense, and they got exposed this week. Right. Our offense doesn't we play against decent defenses, even good defenses, and we still just do whatever we want.
What does Oklahoma do to Michigan's?
Same thing. Ohio State does.
Yeah, we put up 60 on them. I'm pretty sure.
I think we put up 50 on everyone.
Yeah, but we'd have put up because it was a close game at halftime. It was like 21-14. It would have been 35 to
easily
to 14 because Michigan's offense is terrible.
Bad.
Terrible.
That's why I didn't want to see them against Bama because they play Bama ball. They try to pound it down your throat, and then they do play action after that. Well, old Bama ball, not anymore. That's how Bama used to play. You can't beat them at their own game. And that's why I think OU is the only team that has a chance against them. I got my Bama friend text me today, asking if he thinks that if we win next week, we'll jump Notre Dame. So they'll get Notre Dame versus Bama. I was like, there's no chance in hell that happens.
No.
I think he's just being hopeful because I don't think he wants to see us at all.
Well, I mean, you're right. Nobody wants to play Oklahoma's offense.
Right. They all want to play our defense, though.
Yeah.
But you know something? If the Jekyll and Hyde defense, if the Jekyll part shows up, we're going to tear somebody
Yeah.
up.
If they ever put together half of a complete game.
Right.
Because so far we ain't put together a half a quarter of
Nope.
a complete game.
No, we have not. So if we did that, I mean, we would literally take teams apart. The only team I think that could play with us right now is Alabama, and obviously I'm talking with our offense.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Clemson's defense is pretty good too, so
They gave up a lot.
It would be a
they gave up
game,
lot
but
yesterday, but
we'd still move the ball on them. And just think, we're down to our fourth running back. Just think if we had Rodney Anderson. I mean, goodness.
I mean, but think about it. I mean, nothing again. Would he be doing anything any better than Kennedy Brooks is?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how we could say that he could because
Yeah.
I mean, Kennedy Brooks has been fantastic.
So, if he, what happened? Don't be doing that with my Steelers plan.
he fumbled it. I don't know if he might
Pittsburgh
have recovered
fumbled
it.
Yeah, but you're right. I don't know how Rodney Brooks.
Hey,
Rodney
wouldn't it be
Anderson-
awesome if we could put them together like that?
It's so funny how he doesn't look like he's running at all.
I mean, he's
That-
doing so well.
That Cadillac nickname is perfect for him because he does look like he's just gliding out there.
But I can tell you this: Rodney Anderson is a better running back than Kennedy Brooks is. I
Yeah.
mean, he is.
But I mean, would he be?
just
He
against that
is,
weight.
but it would.
His health. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to put that in factor. He's been seasoning injuries 3 years out of the 4.
Having said that, I think Kennedy Brooks is your front runner for next year. He's not a senior, is he?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I
think he's a redshirt freshman.
Redshirt freshman.
Or
Yeah, I
sophomore.
think you're right. I mean, he's RB1 right now. I think.
RB1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Cherry Sermon, we got some real huge recruits coming in next year too. So I mean,
And TJ Pleasure's probably number 2.
over Sermon.
Yeah. I mean, Sermon right now. I mean,
Sermon still starts the game. I mean, Sermon
I
still
think
gets
he's-
a lot of rushing yards.
I think
It's
he's still
just-
gimped up
yeah, he's still
because
gimped up pretty bad.
he only carried the ball a few times.
He got
yeah.
hurt early in the game too.
Yeah.
Do you know if either one of them will be in for the Big 12 championship? Because going into that game with one running back is not a good idea.
Well, we saw Pledger. Pledger was healthy. He just didn't.
He was healthy.
Yeah, he was active to go. He's
I
just
mean, he didn't get one carry.
Yeah.
Sermon had it was only Brooks and Sermon had 5 carries. I think
Sermon
he
got hurt
tweaked that ankle.
The first play of the game. Sermon got hurt. Re-aggravated his ankle.
Yeah. So he may be out for the Big 12 championship.
Well, he still
game.
came out there and got more after that. I mean,
Well, I'm just saying we need more than one running back because
well, it helps too when our quarterback can run for 100 yards.
that
too,
does
so.
help.
Yeah.
Definitely helps.
Well, did you see he almost outran himself again on that one touchdown?
Did you see the ankles he broke though?
Yeah.
In the secondary of that one play. Oh,
Someone
my
also
gosh.
called that 6 plays? Was it 7 plays?
Ugh.
7 plays.
Yeah,
They said
somebody
score?
called that. Yeah,
7
it was going to be a
plays.
7-play drive.
7-play drive on the first series.
The person also said we hold him 40 points too. So
Yeah,
take him,
Missed
and
that
get
by
him.
about 16. So.
but it was funny. That's the first time he's done that because he kind of got his football feet under him for most of the year. But when he kind of made that little juke there towards the end, he kind of outran himself a little bit.
Well,
and
we
stumbled.
talked about this before the season ever started. That we don't. I always said it was a turf monster, but
Yeah.
I think you were more accurate when you said he is so fast that he's not getting his feet set back
Right.
under him.
Yeah, he doesn't have his football. He didn't have his football feet under him.
Right.
He had his baseball feet on. When
Yeah.
he would turn that corner, he would stumble, and it's like, why does he keep? Well, because he's running. It's the same thing happened if you stuck your foot out on Flash Gordon. I mean, he would stumble a little bit. It's
Flash
ridiculous.
Gordon or
But it's
the
fine.
Flash.
People say that Kyle Murray's a
Isn't it
player.
the same thing?
No,
That's true.
no.
Who's Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon is
The quarterback for the Jets, wasn't he, or whatever? That terrible movie.
maybe.
All I know that movie is that it was on TED. That's what I
The
know about that movie.
Flash is a superhero.
The Flash superhero. Flash Gordon. I
Flash
thought what was that one movie?
Yeah, I had the Queen. Queen did the soundtrack,
So all I know about that movie is that it was on TED.
but it's Flash. Flasher's Flash. Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay. It's the same.
whatever.
I don't care.
Okay,
Well, I was
whatever.
saying,
Whatever. Speaking of movies, Caleb.
I was going to say something about Kyler.
Okay, go
Everyone
ahead.
says Kyler's like he's the player you create in NCAA football that you win the Heisman with on that career mode. That's what he is. He can throw the ball as good as anyone. He's probably the fastest player out there, like him or Hollywood. I don't know any other players faster than those two guys.
Do you think they'd ever let him, just for
I said they should have him race. We paid to watch it.
do a pay-per-view or a
I think we need to ask Coach that question.
yeah?
Who's faster?
Can
You should
can,
ask that on
can we
Tuesday.
sell $5 tickets into the stadium and have them run a 100-yard dash?
I mean, 40-yard dash would be fine with that.
I don't know. That would be like.
But they did. That's what they. That's
Might
what
not
they
be able to see who won that.
That's what they did for during the last spring game, having to do a 4-yard dash.
Yeah, but they were running against
A fan, but still.
a fan. And gave him a 20-yard head start.
20
That's
head start.
embarrassing. If you can't beat somebody with a 20-yard head
Well,
start,
you wouldn't have done it.
I couldn't have beat him on a bicycle with a 50-yard head start.
on a 40-yard dash. Huh?
Right.
So no, Caleb was all giddy the other night
About what?
about the movie coming out.
Oh, Lion King.
Yes,
Yeah, I watched that trailer probably at least 20
20 times. Everybody that came in the house,
If
have
they
you
haven't
seen the Lion
it,
King
I made
trailer?
sure they watched it.
So he made sure everybody watched.
Hit him right in the feels.
It's going to, not yet. It's going to. I mean, when Mufasa dies, it's going to be a spoiler alert. But when he dies, it's gonna be rough.
The spoiler
You
alert
don't
on
think they're going to change it at all?
No, they didn't do that. I mean, they'll have some tweaks. You can't have Mufasa live. That's how Simba becomes like a man. He runs away. He comes back to redeem his dad. It's all part of the movie.
So did
Talk
you
about your spoiler alert.
Yeah. Did you cry in the first one?
Probably. I mean, I was like, what, 5 when it came out?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
What movie have you cried in recently?
Star is Born's pretty sad. I think I cried in that one. Star is Born's really sad. So, yeah, I cried in
Rob,
Star is Born.
what's the last movie you cried in?
Queen.
Queen.
No, I think I cried at Old Yeller one time when they had to kill the dog or whatever.
Remember Titans always gets me whenever he goes in the hospital room. That always gets me every time I see that part.
No, man, you're Superman.
That part gets me. Because don't see it's my brother. That part always gets me. That part's good. Warrior gets me sometimes too with Tom Hardy and his dad. That's a pretty good movie too. So
I thought about crying once though, but I punched myself just so I wouldn't.
You didn't cry in Rudy?
Oh, he was offsides.
He was.
Cheaters, bunch of cheaters up there. Rudy was offsides.
I cried in Rudy.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, when he got to go in the game, I was just like,
that part is pretty cool in the movie.
I mean, I had the old bottom
I'm sure it
lip.
wasn't that cool like in real life, but in the movie that part was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my understanding that was like blown way out of proportion.
Like every movie is.
Who knows, really?
But yeah, that one, Teresa was like, you're crying in that movie. We've seen all these other, and you cry in a football movie. Well, yeah, nothing else is sad. And it wasn't tears of sadness. It was tears of joy.
Well, Prince Rudy was you, Dad. So I mean, the undersized guy that always tries hard.
Thanks,
Well,
Caleb.
That's what I mean.
It
was.
Chuck Norris's tears cure cancer, but he never cries. So
Well, come on, Old Yeller. What other movie? Man Up.
man, I'm telling you, it don't happen.
It don't happen.
No.
Nah, I don't have a problem crying in movies. There's nothing wrong with it.
I didn't
Okay.
say I had a problem with it.
We had this discussion the other night too. So
Now I can cry at some real life stuff, but movies is tough.
Marley and Me's
Seriously.
Marley and Me gets me every time too. That's why I don't watch that movie ever anymore.
Marley and Me.
Marley and Me's-
I've never seen it.
What about $1 Million Baby?
Nah, I ain't crying that
You
movie.
didn't cry $1 Million
No.
Baby?
No.
Well, you knew it's like you know it's gonna come. Like you did a favor for her, so
That was a favor.
Did you
But
cry
she was
$1
trying to
Million
kill herself
Baby?
by
No, I
chewing her
didn't cry
tongue
$1
off.
Million Baby. But I knew it hit me in the feels, but I didn't cry.
Okay, we had this discussion the other night. Weird crushes.
Joan Jett.
Is that a weird crush?
Oh, maybe it's no, it's not weird.
You did know she was gay, don't you?
What? Don't. You need to stop that right now. You stop it.
She is Rob.
No. Don't.
Rob lives.
I'm not
in
even
it.
playing. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rob.
That's not true. I don't believe you.
Listen to Crimson and Clover.
I don't believe you.
Listen to it.
Like I said,
Pull it
Rob,
up right now.
Rob is a huge Queen fan, but he didn't put out till this year that Freddie Mercury was gay. This year.
Listen, people need to keep all that stuff to themselves.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, you're my best friend. You kidding me? There's some pretty obvious songs about it.
Okay.
Well, they also sing about ridiculous stuff too.
Riding bicycles.
Fat bottom girls.
Well, I mean, he died from AIDS too, especially back in the 80s. So, I mean, what do you think he died from AIDS from? Like doing
need to
drugs?
Have you found it yet, Rob?
Well, I'm looking.
Okay, so my weird crush.
It's in my phone. I'll find it sooner or later.
My weird crush was Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls. but
Yeah.
that makes sense. 'Cause I was a little kid when that show came out. I always thought Bubbles was cute.
Her name's Bubbles.
Bubbles, and then like I said, Roger Rabbit's wife is still hot to this day. So I mean, what's her name?
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. I mean, she's the best part of the movie.
Mine was Daphne. Scooby-Doo.
Y'all are weird.
Nothing weird about that.
Wait, Crimson and Clover. Who was the original singer?
I don't know, but the Joan Jett version. Put it up there.
Hey Siri, play Crimson and Clover.
Is she really gay?
Yes.
She is not gay.
Oh my gosh! Do I need
Why
to
don't you
Google
just
it up?
look up that? Why don't you just Google that instead of that?
I don't want to do that. I don't even want to play the song. Y'all shut up.
Okay, well, I will find it. Y'all talk
Don't
amongst
do it.
yourselves.
Then of
Don't
course,
do
another crush is always the pink Power Ranger. I don't know who she was, but I know I had a crush on her.
The Pink Power Ranger.
Yeah, and she's like every kid's first crush.
Do you
probably.
ever feel like maybe you need some therapy? I'm just.
I was a
asking
kid.
for a friend.
I was a kid. There's nothing wrong with like having a crush on like the pink Power Rangers. Everyone my age first crush.
Well, here's the thing about those Power Rangers is you couldn't tell the boys from the girls.
Well, she's pink and they have like boobs.
She had boobs.
Yes, like their suits are.
I knew that was coming. She had boobs.
She had boobs.
Just saying.
And then yeah,
So Daphne, huh, Terry?
Yep.
That's a little odd because she was a cartoon, but
Well, I said weird.
oh, okay.
It's not. It's not as weird as yours being.
yeah. At least our crushes are straight.
Mine's real.
Mine's real too.
What now? And she's not gay,
Okay.
so don't even say that.
Okay.
In fact, I'm pretty sure.
Here we go.
Listen, I don't know what you're doing right now. That doesn't mean anything. She could be talking about a car or a ship, the Jenny, right? People name ships, girls' names all the time. Just because she says her doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything.
I'm
at
just
all.
going.
And it's not her song originally.
I'm just like.
It's somebody
Why
else's
would she
song.
sing it?
Huh?
Why don't you change the lyrics then?
It was originally sang by a man. I don't know who it was sang by, but it was originally.
Well, if she redid it, and she
so
would change.
she's
she'd-
just singing somebody else's
yeah, but if
song.
she did it, then she'd make "I love him" instead of her.
I know what the song says, but
All right.
that doesn't mean
I'm pretty sure you
anything.
get the point because I'm pretty sure that was.
So, Rob, you already got your comments in.
Right there. Be smarter than the phone.
My comments about what?
Well, he just said it. He still doesn't believe it.
You still don't believe it.
I don't believe you.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Like I said, he didn't know Freddie Mercury was gay, and look at all the stuff he wore.
It was her,
What is?
Pat Benatar. Let's see, who else back then?
Yeah, Christina Aguilera was another one. That one "Dirty" song came out. That was awesome. She was just like grinding in the mud and stuff like that.
I don't know, but yeah, Joan Jett, Pat Benatar, definitely had a crush on both of them.
Were you a Molly Ringwald guy too?
Not really. She just was weird, kind of.
Okay, it says. Jet has consistently refused either to confirm or deny rumors
See?
that she is
She's
a
not
lesbian
gay.
or bisexual.
She's not.
In a 1984 interview with Out Magazine, I'm not saying no, I'm not saying yes. I'm saying believe what you want to. Assume away, go ahead.
So Rob,
Yeah, she was married to the guy for years.
Once Elton John was
Elton
married,
John was married.
the girl, and so was
he?
Freddie Mercury.
Well, listen, whatever they, but she wasn't. So
Let's
I
talk
mean,
about.
she said choose to believe what you want to. So Rob chooses to believe that she's not.
right.
He's doing what she said.
Yeah, Crimson and Clover. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, that's fine.
That's like 3 times the last 3 months that we told Rob someone's gay and they freaked out about it.
I hate you all. Okay, so there's that.
Well, he is from.
Y'all stop telling me who's is and who's not because that's their personal business.
We just like your response.
Well, so I mean, that's one of my childhood crushes. I don't want to hear
Okay, another childhood crush. Let's get off of Joan Jett.
Pat Benatar, I told you.
For some reason, I was a crush on Mandy Moore. I still have a crush on Mandy Moore.
Even on
This Is Us.
This Is Us?
Yeah. She still looks good.
Mandy Moore.
I don't even know who that is. I have no clue. She's probably gay though.
No, she's not. She actually got married this week.
That don't mean anything, right?
Oh, one of mine's Pink.
My dad always loves Pink.
Pink. Pink's
Dad likes redheads too.
Pink is like dirty hot.
Is that
You
the
know
one
sis,
that's
too.
with the country singer? What's his name? From Oklahoma.
No.
No, that's Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
They're not the same people then. I don't know. It's not.
No, it's
Okay.
not the same
All right, then.
person.
I think
Shut
Gwen
me down
Stefani's
because-
pretty hot too.
Who?
Gwen Stefani has like multiple hair. She's mostly blonde, but she does change her hair.
Who?
Gwen
Gwen
Stefani.
Stefani.
Oh,
The guy that
The one you're
I think
thinking
she's
about.
hot too.
okay.
That was my
Somebody
brother's
somebody
crushes.
Google up Pink for Rob.
Yeah, I'm
The-
not doing that.
Yeah. And then the country singer, I just went blank.
Shania Twain.
Yeah, Shania Twain.
No, the one from Shakota. What's her name?
Carrie Underwood.
Just that girl is smoking hot. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, but Shania Twain was another one. Shania-
That you had a crush on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are my celebrity.
She still looks the same too, Shania Twain, which is pretty impressive.
Seriously, Terry?
What?
She looks like a dude.
Dad
Oh
loves Pink.
my God!
My mom says that too. I mean, she doesn't get it.
She looks like she
My
would
sister
hurt
says
you,
it too.
and you would like it.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah.
You sure Mandy Moore is what Mandy Moore looks like? I think Mandy Moore's. Mandy Moore's like the girl next door.
Now, I really did kind of have, when I was younger and ESPN was pretty brand new to me, Hannah Storm, I kind of had a little crush on her.
Well, what's the OU softball player that
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain? You had an unhealthy crush on her last year.
Listen.
Last summer.
That's not my fault. All right. So, just FYI. Your Steelers are fighting on the bench there amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm. They had like 3 turnovers in this last quarter. Since we started this podcast, they turned the ball over 3
Yeah,
times.
they haven't had a good game. They haven't had a good game. Yeah,
Wrong.
see, that's
That's Shania Twain.
yeah. Oh yeah. Whew.
Yeah, didn't she get like some weird religion or something that?
No, she dated or was married to I just went blank. But he was a heavy metal record producer, Mutt Lange. And Mutt Lange was the producer of Def Leppard, AC/DC. He did all of their albums, and that's when she became popular, was when she got with him, because he kind of changed her style into kind of a poppy. You know, I couldn't tell you one song. I just, every time a video came on, I was like,
Alrighty.
that's one of my celebrity. Pink and Shania are one of my celebrity hall passes.
I mean, my number one for me all time is Rihanna. I love Rihanna. That's my number one girl for me.
So Daphne then, huh? So you were watching.
He likes redheads.
Scoob-Doo all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought she was cute. I mean,
Is that the blonde or the other one?
the redhead.
That's
So my dad,
that's redhead.
my dad has
Yeah.
a thing for redheads.
What's
Yeah.
the blonde's name?
There's not a blonde on Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, there is.
Burnett.
She's
The,
brunette.
what's her name?
What the one was the
Velma.
blonde-headed guy's girlfriend, right?
She's redheaded.
oh,
That's
she is?
Daphne.
That's
God.
okay. That's the one. So
Who's
the other
the-
one with the glasses. What was her name?
Daphne.
Daphne. What was
But
the
Caleb said Daphne
In the movie.
in the
the
live
movie.
action movie was better looking than Daphne.
Well, she is better looking. She's also in Grandma's Boy, which is an underrated movie.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, yeah, you have.
All right.
It's one of the video games. You've seen it. You know if I showed it to you.
Okay. But do we want to talk about football again, or we want to,
Let's put it. So how you feel
or do we
about
want to
this? How
out?
you-
Do we want to out anybody else to Rob?
No, no, we're done doing that. I'm telling you.
You know, Bruce Jenner's.
Listen, we're done talking about people's what they do behind closed doors, because that's their business and none of mine. All right, whatever they got going on, I don't want to know.
But that's a good point. You do understand what went on with Bruce.
I'm telling you, I don't.
He was
wanna-
married, too.
I
You know that? Did you know he was
definitely do not wanna
married?
Talk about that.
He was married too.
Yeah. So maybe we should just do some football stuff.
Did Bruce Jenner play football?
Oh boy.
Wasn't he considered the greatest athlete of all time at
No,
one
no,
point?
nope, nope.
One point in time.
Nope.
That's what they called the decathlon.
He
whatever.
was a great Olympian.
Yeah.
Well, that's but if we win that,
And I'm pretty
That
sure our
thing.
conversation about him stops right there.
we're playing against them this week. The linebacker. Hey,
Playing against who? Oh,
Bruce Jenner.
oh boy.
One of his love children.
Bring it back to football. We're playing against Texas.
Yeah. So Texas,
It's going to be different.
it's going to be different.
Well, as long as that doesn't guarantee a win, we're going to win.
Okay, Caleb.
Like I say
hear
again,
you.
it's your fault.
It's my fault.
So I think we played a little uptight during the Red River rivalry. Ooh, did you like how that came in?
Yeah.
And I think we're going to be a lot more relaxed this go round, and it'll just be smoother for us.
Would you want to face, not that he didn't have something to prove, but would you want to face Kyler Murray a second time when he's a little bit pissed off
This is the only game he's lost. His only game he's lost in 5 years or something like that. So,
as a starting quarterback?
starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's probably going to,
Especially that video of her,
Eleanor?
Eleanor goes in his face and they eat that loss. Cusses
Right.
them out. Like when he's just shaking hands
God, I hope
with his
we just-
teammates.
I hope we put 77 on them, and they are 0. 77 to 0.
So he's like the most,
Defense, we're asking you to please show up.
Put a goose egg up there.
I don't
just
think he's still
bad.
that.
Just
I don't think he's still that healthy either because I know he's been going in and out. His shoulder's all messed up
we
again
need,
too.
to,
So
we need to smack him.
honestly, I might keep him healthy because the Bouchel guy can throw better than he can. So I mean,
Bouchel. It's
Can he though?
he has better arm. He definitely has better arm. He just can't run that much.
Well, we cannot let them beat us a second
If we lose
time.
Texas twice, it's gonna be terrible.
Oh, it's
Oh, we'll never.
especially when we
You'll
got,
never
like,
hear the end of it.
especially like if we got a playoff berth on the line too. Like it's just
Ugh.
we're the better team. It's just we just gotta go out there and show it this time. I mean, I think we showed it second half. Like we could have won that game. We shouldn't. The game was over in the fourth quarter.
How did we get behind 21 points in that game?
We just got stopped. We had a couple turnovers,
Yeah,
and then
Kyler turned it
and
over.
then- and then it's just we couldn't do anything for in the third quarter.
well, unfortunately, we're not immune to turnovers right now.
Yeah,
Let's just hope we don't have any in that game.
yeah. I mean, like I said, if the defense would just show up a little bit,
I think our offense has got better since then because like offense line is definitely more in sync. And we actually got a number one running back now. I don't think Kenny Brooks can play that first game. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, we should have the same success against them defensively that we have on pretty much everybody.
right?
And if our defense will just show up and play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can we say it's going to be any different than the first game, other than winning it? I mean, I don't see it being any different.
I don't think Ellinger's going to go like 25 for 20 for 30 again on this. I mean, he might, but I mean,
So I
Or
don't
he
think
did.
what they put up on us the first time.
like 40 something. Like, we barely scored 42 again, right?
See,
What
I
was
don't
the
think
score?
they're going to put that
It
much
was-
up on us.
it
We're
was
going to be in the 60s.
45, 42, 48, 42.
48, 42, something
Something like that.
See, I don't think
For-
they're gonna
it was
put
a
that many
3-point
points on
game.
us. But I definitely think we're going to – I feel
mean-
pretty comfortable saying we're going to put 65 on them, and they're going to be in the low 30s.
I think this is maybe the first time I think we see OU play really angry this all year because
They better be, because if they're not, I'm going to be really angry. I mean, they can't go in there and treat this like any other game. There are rings on the line.
4 in a row. We'd be the first like team to won 4 conference championships in a row like since like the 60s or something. Like something like that. No one's ever won 4 in a row like we have. The
Right.
dominant people.
Well, I mean, just to get that ring is got to be something that drives them. Wouldn't you agree?
That and also they didn't know if they win, they're probably in. So, I mean,
Probably. You win, I think you're in. Because I just can't imagine them. I know they want to put Ohio State. It's like they want to give two of the.
I don't think they want. I think that's ESPN wanted to get their ratings up for the show. But I don't think they want to put Ohio State in it just because of the backlash with Urban Meyer covering up all that stuff with Zach Smith.
He needs to be fired.
So I mean, if he lost that game, he was going to leave. But he might have stayed to his job. But I mean, I don't think they want to put Ohio State. I think Ohio State's a bigger distraction. I think they want to put OU in too because they want to see Tua versus Murray. That's definitely. And you see the West Virginia game was the highest rated ESPN game since 2010. I mean, what OU does is put butts in seats. People watch OU,
Right?
so I think right now what they're doing is just trying to hype up their ranking show, make it more interesting. Because that's been interesting all year. It's been the same since it opened.
So what do you
It's
think?
just,
Most prolific offense ever?
Oh, yeah.
Think so?
It's better than last year's because I said it was going to be better than last year.
And Kyler Murray, best
Yeah.
OU quarterback ever?
Yeah.
Best year ever.
Best year ever.
The only problem with Kyler Murray, what hurts him with that situation is that he's only there 1 year.
Right.
And like what made people love Baker so much? He was there for 3 years. So like he's kept getting bigger fan base. Like if Kyler Murray comes back next year and does this again, I don't think you can argue anything with that.
Well, the first game, we knew it. Texas won 48-45. They outscored us 21-7 in the third quarter. Let's see. Oklahoma had 222 yards rushing to Texas's 177, and Texas had 324 yards passing to Oklahoma's 310. I mean, we outplayed them, 532 yards to 501.
Turnovers is what killed us.
Yeah,
that game.
we had some unlucky breaks in that
And
game.
Kyler Murray accused him of play. He put the ball down. That happened all year long. That might be his only fumble. Is he having other fumbles besides that?
I don't think so. We play a cleaner game. We're just gonna.
It changed momentum too because that first interception, I think the play before, I think a guy drops it too. The next play we throw a pick.
Yeah, Calcaterra dropped
He
it.
dropped a pass. It would have been like a 20-yard gain. And then if you have a pick next play, and the whole game momentum changed right there. That's the biggest thing turnovers do. They change momentum like crazy, especially in a rivalry game like Texas.
Yeah.
Right. But
Do you think Lincoln changes anything up on them?
I think
a little
so.
bit more of a running game?
Absolutely, I think so.
Quarterback running game?
I think we're going to just pound it on him for a little bit.
Well, by now he knows our strengths.
Yeah.
He knows what we do well. He knows what works.
So at that time we played them, we still didn't know who our running back was. I don't think Brooks didn't play that much in that game. So I mean,
well, like you said, the offensive line still wasn't really gelling like they are now. The receivers, we didn't know who's going to catch and who wasn't going to catch. I think right now we're firing offensively on all cylinders. So I think it's a different game this time around.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, let's get into the Texas game more tomorrow.
Okay.
And enjoy our West Virginia victory.
Yeah.
As we get ready to.
all right, I've done enough partying for that victory already.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm already on to Texas now.
Yeah. We're going to cut you off alcohol wise.
I'm done drinking till Thursday,
11
Friday.
a.m. on Saturday?
I had my last mimosa around 1 because I finished.
No,
drink.
this coming Saturday. You're done drinking until 11 a.m.
No, probably Thursday.
Probably Thursday.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, to be young again.
But how'd you feel overall about that West Virginia victory?
It's about what I thought. I mean, I didn't think the defense was going to get 2 touchdowns, but it's what we said all week. Why are we going to be mad at the defense for doing what they've done all year long?
Yeah. Well, honestly, if we had a safety that could do anything,
Yeah.
I don't think they score that many points on us.
Yeah. But
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be calling
Well-
anybody out, but he got torched several times.
The other safety, he should have been kicked out of the game. Saved our butts a lot that
Yeah.
game too.
But I mean, yeah, we were mad about the Kansas game because it's Kansas, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is what we all said. It was going to be a 60, 70 point game.
Yeah.
Both teams. So, the fact that the defense did step up and make 2 huge plays, okay, does not, get any Kool-Aid drank for them. But I'm happy. You know what I mean?
How does OSU lose to TCU?
How does Iowa State come back from
know.
Kansas State?
Oh, my
They were getting
gosh.
drubbed.
Crazy day.
I didn't even realize that until like 3 hours ago. I was sitting there looking on Twitter. I was like, what? Iowa State came back and won. They were down like 21-3 or something like that. So you don't even know any of that stuff, do you, Caleb?
I was watching a little bit of Notre Dame game, so I never really watched. What do you think Michigan falls to this week?
Oh, probably like they did the AP. They fell to 8th.
Texas number 9.
Yeah, Texas number 9.
Man, that's just wrong. Yeah, aren't they? That aggravates me.
Yeah.
What?
Because if it was us that got smoked like that, we
Oh, yeah,
fell
we
out
would
of the
have
top
dropped
20.
15, but it's Ohio State and Michigan, Rob. It's the greatest rivalry of all
whatever.
time. But anyway, tomorrow,
That rivalry's been one-sided since 2000.
Yeah,
Michigan's won like twice, maybe since 2000. Ohio State's just been pounding them,
yeah.
which I hate to say because I like Michigan more than Ohio State, but they've just been dominating Michigan.
Yes, they have. Well, honestly, neither one of those teams are very good, and neither one of them deserve to be in the Final Four. And you know what? If we didn't have the offense that we have, we wouldn't deserve to be there either.
No.
But we do have the
Well,
best
if we didn't
offense.
have the offense that we have, we wouldn't be there because our
Right.
defense couldn't.
Would be 7-4 or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
So, anyway, listen tomorrow. We'll do a start hate Texas again week. I don't know how that goes. I don't know how to hate Texas any more than
Revenge
what I
week.
can.
How about that? Is that?
Revenge week.
Yeah.
Revenge hate Texas week.
This guy, his face looks so weird now. Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta.
His commercial
Ray
freaks
Liotta.
me out. Look at that.
Liotta.
He looks like the Michael Myers mask.
That's it, everybody. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Jerry.
Boomer Caleb. Thanks for listening to the Sooner Football Fans Podcast. Hit the subscribe button right now on whatever app you're listening to download every episode as they come out. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook and on YouTube. Boomer Sooner.